is also here with myself. We are going to be working with yourselves on your new initiative for your parenting seminars, which sounds like it's going to be so interesting. We're thankful for the partnership, and we will be down on the 10th of November to start working with yourselves for the 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th with yourself. Part of what we're saying is SDC is also something that is very much, something that we're working towards, working with the communities. You seem to be doing such a lot of work in all the communities, and St Andy is so big, and there's so many schools and so many parents that need support, and some of the parenting seminars that we do in London are parallel to the ones that you're doing here, and those that we've sent down to be incorporated in the parenting seminars that you're going to be doing on the 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th of November. So you're going to be very busy. Can I ask you to introduce yourselves? Can I start?
My name is Jervis Hamilton. I am the Social Development Officer for the Money Development Area, comprising of Blackstone Edge, Gibraltar, Riverhead, Money, as well as Batesville.
Okay, thank you. And
So, Samuel Community Development Officer for Key Valley Development Area. So,
okay, madam.
I'm Lenise Johnson. I'm the research coordinator for St. Mary and Trelawney.
Okay, have you been here working with SDC a long time? Yes. So you'd be the person that I come to get all the research and information. You're the go-to person. Okay.
Pamela Edwards.
Pamela Edwards.
CDO, Community Development Officer for the Educational Capital, which is Brownstown with 33 schools. And also in charge of Discover Bay, Churchtown, Philadelphia, Bamboo. And assisting my work as assistant acting field supervisor.
Oh wow, that is a lot. So if I wanted to go out and just see some of the schools, would I be able
33 of them?
to? Not all 33, but some of them.
Yes.
It would be you that I come to.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Marissa Brady, intern CDO, working along with Ms. Edwards for Brownstown BA, so Discovery Bay, Philadelphia Bamboo Search Show.
Yeah. I'm going to get to know them all.
Okay, good morning. I'm Shalik Dawson, and I'm the CDO for the Claremont BA and part of Alexandria.
Okay. I know Claremont.
Claremont.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Antoinette Legislator Hall, and I'm a Community Development Officer for Runaway Bay and Senate Bay to include 8 communities.
Right. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Samantha Hewitt Ingram, Parish Administrator. Hi. Oh, good morning. That's to be here like this. Alright, good morning. I'm Eloise Esteban, and I'm a Community Development Officer where I share Alexandria Development Area with Shalik, and I also work in the Gibraltar Development Area where I'm responsible for 9 communities bordering Trelawney end of the island, that's in the southwest.
Okay.
So I have like Madras, Lime Tree Gardens, Wattown, Gibraltar, the very
So the
rural
rural
area.
country,
Yes.
in the rural.
I go as far as Higginsland, Inverness, St. Baker, to name a
Okay.
few, to give you some idea.
Thank you for introducing yourselves and naming all those places that I'm hopefully going to get to know as we continue to work, because I hope that our partnership will be a long venture, and that we'll be working, over the next years to come. And all of you seem that you're doing very good work. I'm, in awe of what you're all doing, because it's a number of schools and lots of parents and so on. So what would be the things that are the most difficult in engaging parents, do you think?
The parents who need the help, it's very difficult to get them out.
Okay. In terms of coming to any of your meetings or projects?
The
Participate.
persons who come out are the persons who are the converted.
Okay. So how do we do the change? How? Because we're saying that there's 100 parents expected at the parenting seminar. So those 100, are they expected, or we're hoping that they're going to come? How are we getting them all on board?
That's the real home visits.
Well, For
For
us,
the
like we
schools?
try different initiatives which are rather than meeting them in the schools where they don't come, we try different initiatives. For example, we have a reading competition where you find persons mobilized for educational initiatives like to cheer on their children more than they'll come to a meeting. So we try to engage them through those initiatives as well.
So she spoke about the reading competition. There's also going to be a math competition. And there is a debate competition coming up for here. And earlier this year, we would have engaged Exchange and Colgate in quiz competition, and this is at the basic school level for those children. So we're trying to get to the core.
I know that we had a big sort of family fun day in Turtle Beach Towers, it was, last October. In the park. And I know SDC were also involved last October.
Right.
So maybe we could think of maybe doing something along that again and getting parents in and so on. As just an idea, I'll have to pass it through Mr. Hyde first. But yes, just as an idea, I don't know, maybe that might help
Yes,
as
certainly,
well.
because we do have a program, the Community Education Support program that is geared towards truancy schools and the things that we're talking about. So we're just using different activities to pull on, trying to get the children to come up to speed in terms of cultural practices, because that is being lost. So we're trying to get at that, and then looking at parents, so we can get them engaged with the behavior change so that the children can also benefit from those things.
So we're looking at different strategies really.
And the Brownstone era, the branch library in Brownstone always have a parenting workshop because the student will have been to the libraries and so. So the Brownstone era, the library put on from time to time parenting workshops, so we probably could tap into that as well.
Yes. Do they have like a mobile library?
Not in Brownstone.
Okay.
It's stationed right down by St. Elizabeth's Drive.
Okay, what about a homework club? Do you have a homework club?
Communities from time to time try to establish resource centers, primarily using the community centers. But,
It's more difficult.
yeah, sort of. And then the challenge most times is the internet connectivity, where some areas are very rural, but they have this rural internet program going, but it's a bit challenging to really tap into it.
I was listening to Flo this morning and they're saying that they're doing a lot of work in trying to get people to buy their services and so on. So I don't know, does Flo go as far as the rural places that you're talking about? It doesn't go that far.
It's not that strong.
It's not
Not
that
as strong, you
strong.
don't pick up some areas, the service is poor.
Okay, so with the parenting seminars that you're going to be holding, part of that is looking at how they parent, how they care for their child, which is the ones that we've sort of incorporated. But what do you think would be the best sort of use of our time when we're down here? Because I'm only coming for the week to do the specific. So what would you like from us as a service that we can develop for you?
Parents' involvement in their children's education, for
Okay.
one, really comes up. Just trying to get their involvement with the children when
So
they're
looking at the
doing when
different
they're doing their
strategies that
work,
we can put in place
to help
for
them
them.
with their work.
Okay.
But to also
Some-
remember that some of them don't have
Yes,
the capacity, so how do you?
Some might not have the capacity, but I remember the story of what's his name again, the Ben Carson.
Yeah.
And that gentleman,
Yeah.
it's not even about being able to physically help them, but to let them see it as important. I've heard stories of persons where the parent can't even read, but it was still stressed in the household that read and I will listen. So I don't, even if the capacity isn't even there, but to nurture the importance of learning for children.
And that's
I
all
think that's very
children, that's
important.
taking into account our children.
And still
How
getting
do
their
you
involvement.
capacitate those parents?
So that's where
When she
we're
comes in,
discussing
right.
how
Then
we
when
can
she
do
comes
that.
Right, so it's how you capacitate those parents to do it, because even if they sit and listen to their children read and they can't help them, some parents don't even want their children to go next door, but they can't help them to read. So how you capacitate those parents who cannot assist their child?
So that's where we've been looking at different
Yeah.
strategies.
It's like
that we're working.
attitude, more attitude.
Yeah.
There's also a need for development in the social structure of the family. If you realize that the social structure is breaking down.
Exactly where I'm going.
With
Right.
that being said, if there is not a stable family structure, then there is going to be an impact on education. The fathers are not there. The minister said the other day that, well, not the minister, the opposition leader said the other day that when you look at the houses, you have only a female, and the females are the head of the household. There's no male role model, there's nobody to help the mother to do homework or anything like that. So we want to train these persons within the communities to have stable family structure, so they can help the students, our children coming out in the next generation.
So do you engage the fathers as well as the mothers?
The fathers are not.
Encourage both persons to grow.
Right. We're hoping to have fathers included in
this training.
You know.
So that's really something we should be looking at as well, how we can engage the fathers as well. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying going on.
So there's a lot of ideas, a lot of strategies, a lot of work. Yes. And we need to get resources and finances and money and funding.
Yeah.
Today we've made our commitment to yourselves in terms of our part of our resources from One Step Forward and Corey's Young. So we've made our commitment, and we will still be committed. And what we probably will be doing is looking at how we can do some more fundraising and how we can do a lot more support in the initiative of not just the parenting seminar, but also encouraging parents to come along and homework clubs and with the fathers and so on. So thank you for allowing me to actually meet with yourselves and speak to you and have an idea about what's going on. You'll be seeing a lot more of myself and Corey. Oh, sorry.
I could give you a number. You could talk with somebody who actually operates a homework center at the Runaway United Church.
Right.
And the different things that they try to do.
Right, because I know someone that's trying to organise one in Montego Bay, so we can. But thank you so much. Yeah, we'll take that number from you and give them a call. Is there anybody else that you think that we might be able to contact that might be able to assist?
Jacqueline Smart, she's the one who arranges every year from the library.
Okay, Mrs. McVeigh, would you like to say anything?
Well, I mean, we've said it all. We are happy to have you partnering with us. There are always ideas and initiatives, but because of lack of funding, so many persons and the right persons are not touched. So we are really happy and appreciative that you could have, heeded to our call to assist us in this venture, and we're only hoping that this step will spiral into greater things, for St. Anne and the children that we are seeking to develop through proper parenting practices.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm off now to go and catch a plane, so I will leave you.
Oh,
yes, I'm going back to London today, but I will be back in November with lots of ideas, I'm hoping, and to be working very closely with you. All right? Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.